Hey beauties, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Winnie. In my previous video, I showed you how to make this Iran buba for a 1-year-old child, as you can see her here. And I've also filmed a tutorial on how to make this very simple dashiki that I made for my son, that they used to snap these beautiful pictures together. So if this is what you are interested in, definitely keep on watching. Like my videos, share. Hey, you people are not engaging on my post too. Please like my videos now. Comment, please help me comment. It helps the algorithm to push my video to a wider audience. Please, I will cry for now. I will cry. You please help me comment. All right, so without, don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your family, friends and enemies. So without too much talking, let's get to the honey of the video. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. This is like the simplest tutorial that you are going to be seeing online, because I like to make all my explanations very explanatory and beginner friendly so that you understand it. So please stick with me. All right, this is Luma Shoke. I folded it into two, and what I'm measuring now is the length. That's the length of the dashiki that I want. Measure your desired length plus allowance. Then you are going to flip it over and fold it just like as you've seen me do, into four like this, as if you are cutting a peplon. All right, so after folding it like this, you are then going to measure the sleeve length that you want. Here you are measuring the shoulder and the sleeve together, so you are going to measure from the nape of your neck to where you want the sleeve to stop. All right, so that is how it's going to be. So once you are done measuring it, this length is my desired length, so you are then going to work on the neckline. So at this side, we are going to go inside by 2 inches. I used 2.5 here, then I realized that it was too wide. All right, 2 inches is okay. And then you are going to go down by 1 inch. That is for the back neckline. So we are going to later on work on the front neckline. So after cutting the back neckline like so, you are going to place a notch at the edge like that. Then you are going to open it up just as you can see me do. Place the notches together so you have it in 2 ends like this. One will be the back and one will be the front. Pick any one that you like. So as for me, I've picked this one and I'm measuring the front neckline of 3 inches, and then I am going to connect it with my curve, and I'm also going to cut that out. So this is very easy. This is like the simplest dashiki that you make for your son or your child. So you are going to open it up by 6 inches just as you can see me do, like so. And we are almost done. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is to cut out facing for this, because I'm not going to be doing embroidery. So if you don't want to do embroidery, this is how you would go about it. You are going to cut out facing for it. As you can see in the thumbnail, I used beads to embellish the front part. So you are going to fold it up like so, just as we did earlier before we cut out the neckline. And then you are going to fold your fabric into two. I'm using this pink fabric for my facing. All right, so I'm going to fold it into two. Then you place your body on it such that there is space for the back neckline facing, and there is also space for the front neckline facing. Make sure that it's not too short. Mine was like, I was thinking it's too short at the back part of the dashiki, so make sure that the back part is not too short. Move your fabric forward very well before you go ahead to cut it out. So I'm going to cut it out now, and then I'll also create that opening that I did earlier for the ashoke. So after that is done, I'm just going to open it up, and then I'm going to place it on top of each other, right side facing right side, and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch it all around. Don't forget to stitch the opening also. Stitch the opening, stitch the round neckline, and once you are done, right here I was done. So I've placed notches all around, and then after notching everything all around, you are then going to flip it over to the right side neatly. make sure that you don't rush. All right, place notches at the necessary place so that everything can sit clean and fresh. If you are new to my channel, you're welcome to the channel of beautiful people. On here we do everything DIY on garment making. And then if you are looking to buy ashoke, loom ashoke, or the ashoke that I use for gele, any type of ashoke, you can send me a WhatsApp message or DM me on the number that I'm going to place on the screen right now. So thank you. Don't forget to like my videos, drop your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I love to hear from you because it helps me to know that you love what I'm doing and you like everything that is going on this channel. Thank you, and God bless you as you do. So I've gone ahead to place notches, and then I'm flipping it over to the right side now. So you have to do it neatly. Flip it over. It can be a bit tricky or difficult because it's actually okay versus material, so one will be pulling the other, but you have to take your time, place it neatly, press it with your iron, make sure that it is neatly pressed before going ahead to do the remaining. All right, so once it is neatly pressed, you can flip it over to the back and use your hemming gum to just glue everything down so that it can sit down and it will not be coming out when your child wear the ashoke or when your client wear his or her own ashoke. All right, so because I'm not ready to gum it down here, I was trying to use pins to hold it in place so that everything can be neat and I can know what I am working with. So once I was done doing that, I went ahead to attach just about 2 or 3 pins to the front also, so that everything can sit properly. I don't want anyone to be coming out by the time I'm doing my sewing. All right, so once that is done, I went ahead to open it up, and I'm going to be folding the side with about 1.5 inches seam allowance. I'm just going to be folding it all the way down. I'll do that to the other side, and once I was done, this is how it's looking at the moment. So you are going to flip it over, make sure that the down part is equal at the down part. Then you are going to create a opening. As for me, I used about 9.5 inches opening. So from that 9.5 inches, you are just going to chalk it down, and then you are going to just stitch it down like that. You can just come inside by about 2 inches and then start stitching it down, just as we sew our dormer gown. So this is just a simple, easy. There is a more complex way to do esiki or dashiki, but this is very simple and it's also elegant when your child or your client wears it. So that is why I am teaching you. So after creating your opening, just take it to your sewing machine and go ahead and stitch it down. So I was done stitching it down here, and the next thing you are going to be doing is to open it up and hem the down part. And once that is done, trust me, your esiki is ready. And I gave it a very good press, and this was the final look. So what I did was that I used beads to embellish the neck area, just that line, so that it can be more detailed and it can look very beautiful. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. Thank you. Until I see you in the next one, I love you and I care. Bye. Papa.